Good evening, everyone.
Howdy!
Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. So, yes, I'm just having a cigarette. Mr. P's just made a coffee. So we're all good and all set for the off. So I've got adverts on. So yes. Hey?
I haven't.
So welcome to the three that are watching or that are here and were in before, and I don't know whether anybody's gone or whether he's still here or what. I just do it. How are you?
This time next week.
Yeah.
I'll do, just do it.
It says only one watching, so it's gone from 3 watching down to
5.
Yeah. Oh, we've gone up to 2.
Well, it's an extra 260 again.
No, 600.
Yeah. 600.
Never mind about your coffee. Get on.
Here's Bella. I do, Bella.
I need lubrication for my throat, Bella. You know, it's tough work. You know, all this live streaming and whatever. So the cigarettes and my coffee, and I'm set. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hoping tonight that enough come in and somebody can join me on panel, because it's all right me sitting waffling away here, but it makes it that all the more interesting when people come and join me on the panel. So I've gone down to 2 now. So pork chop and apple sauce, that's karate.
Pork chops and apple sauce. What's wrong with that?
Well, apple sauce, yeah. I'm going to say pork, yes. Apple sauce, no. So yeah, sort of going back to Monday night, had a fantastic laugh on Monday night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Cheered me up no end. Oh. Bella says she's in bed.
Oh dear.
So yeah. As long as you're here, Bella, as long as you're watching, you could be on the throne or whatever, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. So yeah, Mr. P's been out with drone again, and he has uploaded the
Video.
Yeah, the video. So yeah, he was going to go out this morning, but then changed his mind and decided to go out sort of midday time-ish.
It was a bit dampish in air this morning. Knowing my luck, and I got to go where I was going and I chuck it down.
But yeah, it's been one of them funny days, hasn't it? Well, you'll have a job, karate, because she lives about an hour and a half away. It says, don't give Mr. P any ideas of setting up a prank on your bed. I draw the limit at being on the throne. I am Dad. How are you?
I'm Dad. Karate.
Oh, just do it. It's on his way to London to pick up a new car.
Oh, you pick up a new Mavic 2 Pro while you're at it. Drop it off the line. Thank you.
So,
as you know,
that's it. So yeah, it's been a funny old day, hasn't it? Really, I mean, it's like sort of, it's one of them like damp and dismal days, if you know what I mean. But I knew about it this morning because my hand's been giving me some chip all day. And that's one thing that with arthritis, the weather affects it. Why do you drive on the left side of the road, by the way, there?
Because you drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, because you drive on opposite side of the road.
It's always neat saving it.
Yeah, I don't know. We just do. But yeah, I mean, I know it's cold out because, same as I say, with my arthritis, my hand's been giving me jip all day. My swingers, my fingers is all swollen up.
Ideas of Mrs. Peter, but I don't know about.
Oh, Tyrone has got to go on a course so we can fly his drone.
Ooh. Is he getting the old PIPCO license? So he can, it's either the license I've got, which you can use as a hobbyist, or if it's the license that Ian's got, and the license that I've got as well, where you can actually sell your photographs.
Distribute your videos and your photographs.
I can't sell my drone photographs. I can sell my photographer ones.
Yeah.
Normal ones.
Amjad says, Monday stream, oh my God, it was hilarious. Wacky stuff in the chat made me laugh, even partner. But this is what I was saying last night, Amjad. It was absolutely hilarious. And even though sort of by the time I took the live stream down, I'd laughed that much. I'd got a banging headache, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah, the last one. So he can do it commercially, like sell his videos and his photos and everything from his drone, yeah. Oh dear.
I do that in the UK, karate.
But the thing is, it's like different countries. Some drive on the left, some drive on the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just whatever country you're in. Oh dear, it's going to be freezing.
It's 0 degrees, but she's from frost.
Yeah.
I hate that next one.
Chris can't wait for it to snow.
What, snow?
Yeah, he wants the snow so we can send the drone up and do some like snow footage. Playing the Smalls Villian. What's that? Smalls
Villian? No idea what that is.
Yeah, so
250 grams.
Yeah. We see
it's my one he's got then.
The one that Chris has got is like 249 grams. Now, officially, I don't think you have to take this test or whatever. It's under a certain weight, but over a certain weight, obviously, you've got to.
Smallest violin.
Oh. Yesterday I watched the rest. I found it funny. I'm surprised I didn't laugh properly. I was tired. But the thing is, Amjad, you had a good laugh about it. I just wish you'd have been there because it was so funny.
Well, I've got the right giggles all day long.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had been asking him sort of at college, what you laughing about? And, you know, he says, I don't know. I'll ask him. We see the one that Chris did to get his what do they call it?
What?
Chris.
It's only registration when he's going to register.
Yeah, it's like registration.
20 questions, pass VAT. It's more common sense than anything.
Yeah, same as Chris says. There's 20 questions, pass rate is 18, you pay £9 and you've got like your license. It's basically so you're regulated to fly, you know what I mean? But officially, Chris didn't have to take that because this is like under that 250 grams or whatever. That's mattress, not mattress.
Yeah. My bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm translating yet again.
Hello,
so yeah. But you see, Chris has got a sticker what he's put on his drawing with his ID on it.
Which you've got to have.
Yeah, which you've got to have. Should he lose it or crash it or whatever, and somebody finds it, that it's got his ID on it, so they know.
And phone number.
Yeah, and his phone number and everything. So basically, let's say he drops out at Sky and he can't find it, and somebody else finds it. It's got his ID and everything on, and phone number, blah blah blah, so they know whose it is. You see. So yeah, Chris took it some while ago. No idea. Callum said when he finishes, but that's like week before Christmas, isn't it? Because Christmas Day's on a Friday, isn't it, this year?
Yeah.
So, because Tracy were actually asking me last night, you know, will it interfere with the baking stream on the Tuesday? And I says, well, no, not really. I says, because Christmas Day falls on a Friday. So the only one that it'll affect is the Friday one. And obviously nobody's going to expect me to go live on Christmas Day. So with Christmas Eve being on a Thursday, Chris will probably go live. So, so yeah, that's sort of, but you know, obviously, you know,
I'll probably win that.
Yeah.
But it's a fly ball combo, and this monster truck is worth up to about 800 quid and all. It's all different, like whatever tiny monster truck they're making.
Oh yeah, the RC type.
Yeah. It's one of them. So I'm after that. Well, I'll say, hey, can I have some money instead and spend it in shop?
Oh, Bella says she's going to send you some of Tyrone's footage.
Okie dokie.
So, does he upload it on their channel, or what? You know, has he done anything with it? If you know what I mean, a cup of coffee, yeah. That's what I say. You know, I need a cup of coffee, or I've got some fizzy pop. I have to have something to wet my whistle because I keep yakkering away.
I've got some whiskey down here that you can borrow.
No. I'm going to say you can keep it and all. I won't drink that if it was last thing. So, so yeah, that's what I need. Oh dear. But are you sort of actually driving, or are you in, you know, staying over somewhere or using free Wi-Fi? You know what I mean? Oh dear. Well, put it this way. I mean, Callum don't have to get up for college on Friday, so you can have a couple of tots of whiskey, can't you, on Thursday night stream?
So it's on Facebook page.
Okie dokie then, Bella. But yeah, Chris were meant to be going somewhere different this morning, but the sat nav took him God knows how many miles out of way.
It took a long way around.
Yeah. So anyway,
it was where were we going? Forget now.
Yeah, well, we always on train. That's all right then. But yeah, so he you know, these sat navs aren't all what they cracked up to be, because the one that Chris it took him at his way. Let's say, were it Surprise View you ended up at?
No, I went there first.
Oh, you went there first, did you? Yeah. Well, he went to a place called Surprise View. And it was meant to be going to a second location. But then he says, I don't know whether I took a wrong turn or it was taking me out my way. He says, and I didn't know where the heck I were going. So he says, I turned around and come back. Because he rung me to say I'm on my way back. Is the, you know, is the you want from Asda? I went, well, no, not really. So, you know, he says, well, we're on my way to a second location. He says, but one, he says, I don't know whether I took wrong turning, or two, sat-nav were taking me, you know, a long way round. He says, so I thought, sod this, I'm turning around and coming back. So that's what he did. All aboard. Mind you, when you think about it, if it's going to get a new car, he's got to...
Well, let somebody's driving him down.
Yeah, either get somebody to drive him down or go on train.
Or take his old banger down with him, leave it down here, and leave a message on saying 3, 2, 1, go down. Take the ignition off, you go.
It might not be an old banger.
No, probably not. We might not have got one anyway. That's why he's going down for one.
But yeah, I mean, considering we're sort of only about 10 minutes away from city centre, you know, some of the footage that Chris does on his drone videos, that's only, I mean, longest is about 30, 40 minutes away. So, you know what I mean? It's,
gorgeous.
Yeah, considering like 10, 15 minutes, you could be out into countryside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's amazing, sort of, we in sort of, in Arter, like Sheffield, and, you know, Callum's College is 10 minutes away walking.
Bella's just sent me a saucy pic through Facebook.
But you know what I mean? You won't think we're only like on tram, we're about 10 minutes away from town centre.
I'm flying now, Bella.
Oh dear. He says my sat nav the other day said to drive over a river, but I'm not doing that. It's mad. But this is the thing. I mean, you know, such a lot of people rely on a sat nav to get from A to B. Now, a lot of time, it's just common sense. Yeah, you need the basics. You know what I mean? But these things can, you know.
Has he got a YouTube channel, Bella?
How were the muffins? Well, put it this way, Amjad. Me and Chris had one last night, and they still weren't cooled down 100%. so yeah, and Callum's had one today. So yes, very, very nice.
He's only got 2 friends.
So yeah. We need the old maps back like the old days. But this is the thing. This, you know, like people that have to travel for work and whatever, they rely so heavily on these sat navs. And, you know, it's not 100% foolproof, let's just say. Hi, Vanessa, how are you? You know what I mean? They're not 100% foolproof. But you know what I mean? I mean, like low bridges and things like that. Yeah, on warns you when there's like a speed camera or whatever. But it don't say, oh, well, there's a bridge coming up and your car's about 6 foot tall or van's 6 foot tall and you're going under a bridge that's only 5 foot. You know what I mean? That's that's the pitfalls of it. It's they're just the basics. Well, you see, we play. What is it? Android Auto we use. Yeah, we use that one.
I must have took a wrong today.
Android Auto, but yeah, Chris couldn't understand. He says, I must have missed a turning or something, because I'll tell you something as well. If you do miss a turning, it reroutes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, that's one good side of it. But when it reroutes, it could take you sort of, I don't know, 2-3 miles out of the way just to get back to where you know you should have took this turning. But you know, fair play to it. It's like as well. It's got this this thing built in, like, you know, traffic hot spots, and it warns you that, you know, do you want to take an alternative route because traffic's about 8 minutes slower in direction you're going. Here's an alternative route that's going to be quicker, like traffic roadworks, and, you know, like you know, traffic backing up and everything.
She's been chatting some weirdo.
Hiya, Tracy. She says she's fell asleep.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I bet he's not sat more than 100 miles away from me, Bella.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
we got Johnny 5. So changing the subject slightly now, Tracy's in. When I shut the live stream down last night, me and Tracy were chatting afterwards. Because when we make the Viennese mince pies next week, what we're going to do... Hey! Here's here. No, she means other weirdo, Ian. One sat over there.
It's not nice talking about tucker like that.
Oh dear. But yeah, anyway, so after the live stream last night, me and Tracy were chatting. So we're making the Viennese mince pies next week, but the pastry needs to be chilling in the fridge for at least half an hour. The longer the better, basically. So I says, well, what I'm going to do is I'll make some pastry in afternoon. It makes a weirdo look normal. Anyway, so we decided we're going to make some pastry in the afternoon. Wrap it in cling film, put it in fridge. I'm still going to make the pastry, show you how to make the pastry, but it's like, here's one I made earlier on. So we ain't got to wait 30 minutes and sit there chit-chatting for 30 minutes while pastry chills, and then they've got to cook and whatever. I says, you know, we'll make hiya, Gordo.
Gordo.
I'm laughing at what he's put. If you haven't seen the post in the group, then you'll know what I'm laughing about.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, as soon as I saw that, that's what made me start laughing, because I did. It's like watching paint dry. So anyway, so we've decided we're going to make this pastry in the afternoon, put it in fridge to chill, but also still make the pastry. So we're on about what we can make the following day with the pastry that we make actually on the live stream. So Tracy says, oh, you know, can you use it for like jam tarts or some? I says, yeah, of course you can. So I says, oh, I might Bella's put, Johnny came on about 8:15, put first and buggered off. She says it. Tracy says he would have fell asleep. So anyway, so me and Tracy were having this discussion. Tracy's on about making some jam tarts with the pastry that she actually makes on the night. So I says, I'll tell you what I might do. I might make some maids of honour. So we got on about that, and Tracy says, oh, my mum used to make, and I says, well, my mum used to make them all the time. My mum used to have old bureau book. No, I didn't. I just finished worked out twice today, Sleeping Beauty. At least I didn't call her something else. At least I called her Sleeping Beauty. Bella says, make it in the afternoon, and that will give you time to make a carrot cake. Oh, are you doing the old Blue Peter on us? Here's one I made earlier. Well, basically, yes, Gordo, because it's got to be in fridge 30 minutes chilling, and then you've got to put your mincemeat in, then you've got to make your Viennese paste. So what I says to Tracy, to save time, you know, I says to her, I says, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some pastry in the afternoon, so it's already in the fridge, chilling. So, you know, we're not waiting about. So basically, that's what we're going to do. And then sort of day after, once that's been in fridge, the one that I actually make on the night, I'll probably make some maids of honor. But yeah, maids of honor is like a really old. My mum used to make them all the time, and they were a firm favourite. Chris had never heard of them until I made them, till we met. So basically, it's pastry, a teaspoonful of jam, and then like a sponge mixture on top. So what I'd done is, after I'd done talking to Tracy last night, I thought, I know, I'll type it into Google, see what, you know, see where it comes up with. And I found a recipe for it. Something like that, Gordo. Oh, yeah. Oh, okie dokie then, Amjad. See you later, Amjad. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, so that's what, sort of what was discussion where after the live stream we're talking about these maids of honor. And for any, I've sent it you, Tracy. I just assume you've got to send it me. I have done. I sent it about 7 o'clock this morning. So yeah. So I can you just do me a favour, sweetheart?
What's that?
Can you get me them recipes off top of that printer?
Not much, yo.
So yeah, Tracy, I did send it, yeah. Because I couldn't resist it. Typing it into Google after we'd had this, yeah. Yeah, I know. After we'd had the discussion last night, I thought, I know, while I think about it, while it's fresh in my mind.
Paw prints all over.
I'll search up for it, and I found one. Oh, here's one that might pique Tracy's interest. This is what I was printing off that this morning.
Off Christmas skin this week.
Mary Berry's Christmas chocolate cupcakes. Hi, Laurie, how are you?
Hello, Laurie.
Why do you owe him?
No, that's what he owes me. Johnny to me.
Oh, so yeah, so while I was sort of in the process of, here's a few I printed off, and this one is like Mary Berry's Christmas chocolate cupcakes, and it's basically a chocolate cupcake, buttercream icing, coloured green, and then you like decorate it all sparkly and whatever. So that's basically simple, that one. Here's another one, just to give you a sneak preview of the a few of the recipes that I was printing off. You know, when you can't sleep and got you know, chocolate and cranberry muffins. And it says these muffins feature cranberries, orange, cinnamon, nuts and chocolate. Very quick to put together, perfect for treating last minute guests. So that's another one. cinnamon cookies, and you drizzle like a cinnamon flavoured icing over the top of it. This is the one that I sent you, Tracy, the Maids of Honour one. That I don't know whether you can see them, but they're like a pastry. You obviously can't see jam inside, but that's basically what they are. They're like a pastry, a teaspoon of jam, and then you put like a sponge topping on them. I think that's it now. Yeah, because that's one I did, and it only printed top bit. So yeah, so you know, just a few more. So yeah, but you see this with this one, with the Maids of Honour one, obviously, it's a guy, and his name's I'll tell you what his name is, Mr. Paul or something. Mr. Paul, I forget where it is. He's basically, you know, like when my mum used to make them. when my mum used to make them, it were half and half, like half lard or and half butter. Now this guy makes them exactly the same. It says vegetable shortening, as in Trex. It says, I personally prefer to use my old recipe, which calls for lard. Just Johnny. It says, I've been married 17 years. Our Maids of Honour are knocking on a bit. Oh. My Bella says, make muffins and disguise them as carrot cake. I'll make a deal with you, Bella. When we've made these Viennese mince pies, the following week we'll make the carrot cake slice. So yeah. I mean, I'm sure. Hiya, my lady. Yay. Yeah, well, Bella's in bed as well, my lady. So I hope you're not in the same bed.
That Baz is keeping on sofa today.
But yeah, I promise you, Bella, after the Viennese, because I've done the thumbnail and everything for it, so it will be going up as a live stream. So after the Viennese mince pies, this Tuesday, following Tuesday, we'll do the carrot cake slice. How's that for you? So yeah, so that you know, I promise you, not this Tuesday coming. I mean, God, I knew you'd make it. I was going to make it anyway, Bella. It was just a matter of when, if you know what I mean. Wow, we just went into total lockdown. Just got the alert. Oh dear.
Who's that?
Laurie.
Uh-oh.
But
coming out of it soon. Well, it is.
Yeah, our 4-week lockdown finishes on 2nd of September. But then we're going into another tier jobbo again.
We'll probably be tier 3 again.
Can you make me blue as well, Jeanette? I'll tell this, like I tell everybody, just do it. I don't really know you. I don't know you well enough. All the people that have got wrenches, I know. I've met some personally, Johnny, Tracy, Bella, my lady, you know. Probably after, a few times of coming in, then I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny. And I know it seems that, you know what I mean? I'm not being funny. Johnny will tell you that's not who I am. But I'm not one of these that give blue wrenches out willy-nilly. I've got to be able to trust a person or get to know a person before I'll, I hope I hope you're not offended in any way, shape or form, because Johnny will tell you you know, I'm fairest person going. But it's like everybody that's in here now have been coming in for months, years, whatever, you know what I mean? And I trust them implicitly.
Except for that Bella, she's a dodgy one.
And same as Gordo says, it is rude to ask for a wrench. You know, I give them, when you're trustworthy enough, you know, people that ask for a wrench, you know. Johnny. Oh. It says she likes Willie, just not Nilly. You know what I mean? I mean, I go into several other people's chats, like I go in Snobbies, I go in Dusty's, I go in Ali Mike's, I go in Johnny's, but I'd never think of asking for a wrench. If that person trusts me enough or trusts me, they'll give me a wrench anyway without asking. You know what I mean?
I'm going to try and get that.
So I hope it makes sense, and I do hope that Bella says, I've been coming here for years, seems like decades. But yeah, so I hope you understand, and I hope it don't put you off coming in. Once I get to know you and I can trust you, then I'll give you a wrench, if that makes sense.
I might be gone a while, Babby.
Why are we going?
Well, I've got the camera set up.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to get that road if it kills me.
So when he says I'll be gone for a while, I thought, where's he going? He's got camera set up on tripod.
I'm going outside in the backyard.
Oh.
I mean, getting.
But yeah, so you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, and I do hope you keep coming back regularly. But a few weeks down the line, you know, I'll have no qualms in giving you a wrench. So yeah, when he says, you know, and maybe sometime, I thought, where the heck's he going? Oh dear. Trust, don't know about that, but a trust would be welcome right now. We don't want to know your personal details, Wakey. And Gordo says you're part of the furniture, you're the antique dresser in the corner. Oh dear, I don't have to take that one, Bella. I don't know about you. I won't class myself as an antique. Okay, then. I mean, we are, well, apart from Wakey, but we're all on first name, you know, Tracy, Beauty on a Budget's Bella, and Jono, and Gordo. Gordo is a pseudonym, but we do know who it is. if you know what I mean. So yeah. One of the best backhanded compliments, lol. Well, that's what I thought, but Wakey. You could talk, Gordo. I've known at least 6 of your aliases. But that's what I'm saying, Bella. At least we know who Gordo is, who Gordo really is. I mean, that's just a pseudonym, if you know what I mean. But we know the actual person that's behind Gordo. Light travels faster than sound. This is why some people appear bright until they open their mouths. Oh dear. Oh dear. But well, you know what they say, Gordo. You can't teach stupid. You know what I mean? Sort of that's my main motto. You know, you can't beat sense into stupid, can you? Oh dear, trust Wakey. But yes, we do know who's behind Gordo, but I'm not going to divulge who it is. You can't teach Paul. Well, yeah. But so yeah, so we do know who Gordo is, but it's not my place to divulge it. I mean, anybody that's part of the group will know who Gordo is. It's to make myself look intelligent. But I say you can't reason with the unreason. Well, exactly, Bella. You know what I mean? It's his missus is behind Gordo. Hopefully not in the kitchen. But yes, I mean, anybody that knows me knows I like to come across as intelligent, but I'm not really. But yeah, I mean, I like to think that we've got just working the local Chinese chippy. Oh dear. But yeah, you know, I mean, I like to look at it as, you know, we've got a nice little community here. You know, everybody knows everybody. I've got, you know, majority are regulars that come in, you know, on a regular basis. You know, obviously you've got other people that are watching in background. A little love tap with a cast iron skillet never harmed anyone. And what do you class as a little love tap, Wakey? But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like it's like Laura says, you know, you've got all your friends here supporting you. You've got, you know, your regulars that come in on a regular basis. And to me, that is everything to me, because I know that, you know, it's yeah, how can I put it? You know, it's people enjoy coming in. We've got, it's a good job being here, Bella. But yeah, you know, I like to class it as like a little community where I've got all regulars coming in that, you know, that come to support me, and I do appreciate it. You know, I do. You know, and like Laurie, I like to pop into her chats when, you know, when time allows me to. You know what I mean? Just to show that support back to Laurie. You know, even though sort of we've got you know, a time difference, and there is like American time difference, obviously. That was quick. Oh. Changing his lens. Bella's just said, she says, we've got a wonderful community plus Chris. And then she says, I love him really. But yeah, you know, I mean, it shows. And I, you know, Bella will tell you, because we spoke on Messenger, you know, via FaceTime. This time last week, I was ready to jack it all in. I was feeling that low. You know what I mean? You know, they took subscribers off me, and I kept saying, why do I bother? And you know what I mean? You do when you're feeling low. You Let's have a look at this link that Wakey's put in. Hiya, Enkid. Okay, then. Thank you very much. And this is what I mean, you know, about support. Enkid came in other day, you know, and this is what I try to do. If wherever possible, pop into people's chat and say hello, even though sometimes, time constraints, dictate otherwise, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to check that link that Wakey's put in. I hope it's no dodgy, Wakey. Because sometimes they are. Oh dear. This is the thing. I've just gone onto my channel. It says subscribe so you'll never miss the latest updates. Are you supposed to meant to subscribe to your own channel? Duh. That's a laugh. Oh, Gasman frying pan scene. Would I? Yes, you would. Oh, just saying, Wakey. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's. I think we all go through that stage where we have a bit of a wobble every now and again. I know Laurie's been through the same. Taking a load of subscribers off her, and then she sort of said, is it worth it? But you know what I mean. It takes a good talking to from Bella or some, one of your friends to make you pull yourself together, so to speak. And I enjoy doing the live streams. I enjoy doing the baking live streams. You know what I mean? And truth is, I'd be lost without it. So I think somewhere along the way, I mean, we all have these wobbles. We all have these low moments where we think, is it worth it? Why am I doing it? Etc. 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 But it catches you at your low points. So but yeah, I mean, I'm still here, I'm still going. And I mean, Bella will tell you. I have been through some rough times on YouTube as well as in my personal life, but I'm still going. So, what don't kill you makes you stronger, basically. That's how I like to look at it. What don't kill you makes you stronger. And it is true. So, yeah. That's just my philosophy on things, and if it weren't for my friends and you guys on here, I think I would have jacked it in, to be quite honest with you. But I keep going because I know. Yeah, well, this is it. This is what I'm saying. But I think we all, at some point, I mean, we all go through these like wobbles every now and again. You know what I mean? Hiya, Richard. How are you? You question why you're doing it and what you're doing and things like that. You know what I mean? You do question. Are you back again already? It's all right. Richard is out the back.
Richard,
yeah, he's out the back with his camera. He's perving.
Perving in windows.
He's peeping.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. You show me one person. Wait, because I says, I had a wobble last week when I said I would gain it up, and we all go through the. I mean, even Chris, you know what I mean. Even Chris. I mean, when he had the problem with being able to sign into his channel, and he thought he'd lost it and everything. He even he had the same wobble. Wakey think I'll wobble into the kitchen and grab a cornetto.
Oh, Wakey, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you know, I think we all go through that stage. I mean, Johnny knows what I'm talking about, like health-wise. You know, I mean, Johnny had major problems not so long back, and it does make you feel. It does make you feel low. Oh, that's very nice of you, Johnny. But he says, always enjoy your friendship and always fun shows. But exactly. You know what I mean? I'm not a psychologist. He says I'm having a big swing in Gavin's confess. Oh, dear me. But you know what I mean? It's Gordo says, be right back, just nuking tea in microwave. But yeah, you know what I mean? I've got my health problems. Johnny had a bad hip and it were all down his legs, and it does get to you. You know what I mean? We've all got these we've all
called Callum.
Chris has just said he's got a problem and it's called Callum. But you know, on a serious note, you know, we all have these health problems. We all have these, what I like to call wobbles, where, you know, we feel lower than a viper's belly, you know what I mean? And you feel like you know, you just want to stop in bed all day, you just want to sit crying all day, you know what I mean? You know, and it's human nature. You know, I'm not a psychologist and I don't understand why we go through these things, you know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, talking about his personal life, I mean, Callum, as everybody knows that knows me, serious note is if hey up, I don't think I've ever seen a £50 note, Wakey. But this is the thing, Johnny. You know, you take medication to ease your health worries, etc. I'm sweating now. That eating's on. Biker's belly, mine's lower than the Grand Canyon. Yeah, but you know, I mean, everybody that knows me knows that in his personal life, we've had, well, not problems with Callum, but he went through a stage where he got really severe anxiety, you know, to the point where he'd lost 3 stone, he weren't sleeping. And as a parent, you're worried sick about him, you know what I mean? You know, you do worry about your kids and you do anything for your kids, but the fact that you feel helpless and you don't know what to do to help them, you know, that puts you at a low point, you know what I mean? I mean, Bella will tell you, at one of his episodes, I was talking to Bella at 4 o'clock in the morning and I was crying to her because I just didn't know what to do. You know, what do I do? What, you know, it got to the point where, you know, he'd be up all night and wouldn't sleep. He weren't sleeping, he weren't eating, you know what I mean? And, you know, that in turn worried us sick. But he's through it, he's come out other side, you know, and he's okay, touch wood, you know what I mean? But that, you know, that's just an example of some of the things that can break you. Well, as I call it, make you or break you. You know what I mean? It does. It makes you or break you. And the fact that, yeah, I'm in not good health, but I had to stay strong for Callum. Otherwise, you know, we'd have been in a worse state if he seen me dropping to pieces. You know what I mean? You have to stay strong to show him that you just leave that door open a bit, baby. You have to stay strong for him, to show him that, you know, we're on your side, we're here for you, Callum, but inside you're crying. You know what I mean? Inside you're crying and you're wanting to scream, you know, what can I do? What can I do? But anyway, that's it, you know, it's in past now, is okay. It still has odd little wobble every now and again, but not to the extent, you know, we ended up getting him sleeping, well, not sleeping tablets, but something to help him sleep. The same as I says, once he got into a regular pattern of sleeping, then his mood changed. So it just goes to show you that one small, I mean, he's not taking any tablets at all now, only his vitamin C, what he takes every day. But, you know, doctors didn't want to know, mental health team didn't want to know, you know, so we had to do it ourselves. But it took us getting, they're called sleep aid tablets. In retrospect, they are sort of like a sleeping tablet, but it only took him for a couple of weeks till he got into a regular pattern of sleeping again, and it were all plain sailing from there. Once he got his sleeping pattern sorted out, his appetite come back, and he's, you know, he's been eating like a horse ever since. Just put it that way. So, but he did lose 3 stone. So, but yeah, touch wood. Fine, it's okay. And all's good. Yeah. Callum's one of these, you'd sooner eat, feed him for a day rather than a week, because he'd eat you at afternoon. You know, when he knows there's something like, you know, the muffins that I made last night, I think he more or less broke his neck to come downstairs this morning, or smaller plates. But yeah, you know, and it's, boy, what a difference a few months can make, you know what I mean? He's totally sort of turned 360 degrees, you know what I mean? He's a lot happier, he's eating better, he's sleeping a lot better. He does have a occasional where he's a bit restless at night, but I think we all have them nights. He'd eat the plate, especially if it were made of something tasty. I have Vanessa again, but yeah, you know, I mean, everybody, you know, everybody at some points suffered from some form of a mental illness. You know what I mean? I take the antidepressants. I don't hide the fact that I'm on antidepressants. Hi, Steve, by the way.
Steve-o!
It says I have those nights in the daytime. Make that of what you will. Put him a burger and chips on a pizza and jobs are good in. Oh dear. But yeah, you know, I mean, you show me a person that that, you know, don't suffer with the mental health at some point, you know what I mean? Anxiety, stress, depression, you know what I mean? It's
oh, pardon me.
Don't forget the beetroot.
I have got an order on Christmas shop.
Yes. He says to me the other day, because I shop at Asda. I do my online shopping at Asda, right? So when you sign in and everything, it says book a Christmas slot. So I thought, while I'm here, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna book right up to Christmas. You know what I mean? So he says to me the other day, he says, because I've ordered a turkey crown, I've ordered pigs in blankets and everything. So Chris says to me the other day, he says, at Tasda, yeah. So he says, I hope you've remembered beetroot and pickled onions. And I went, I have forgot, actually. So he says, get on, and he says, and amend your order. He says, you've got to have beetroot and pickled onions. And I thought, oh, right. Well, that's the only time we ever eat it, at Christmas. But the thing is, Vanessa, here in the UK, obviously Walmart is our Asda. So, but a lot of the superstores normally stay open 24 hours and only close on a Saturday evening. But since this pandemic, they've only been opening like normal shop hours. There's been no 24 hours at all. Oh, Gordon Bennett, don't remind me. It's 30 days till Christmas. Steve says, I got a new robe today, lol. Hot damn. Oh. He's letting us in with all these personal details.
What?
He's got a new robe today.
Oh.
So, oh, God, Benny.
Yeah.
Chris has got one with love hearts on. If you want it, Steve, I can send it through post for you. He says, I asked Santa for a leopard thong.
Well, he won't want us never again.
With sleeves. Wake it up with sleeves. Oh, dear. But the thing is, like here in the UK, they're trying to cut down on the personal contact that you have with other shoppers, basically. Some, well, no, I didn't want to see, actually. Steve, I've got this horrible image in my head now.
Oh God, we know what he looks like.
I know. But yeah, I mean, our Asda's and like other big stores, well, not so much Asda, but they're now doing like a traffic light system, and it's like one out, one in, if you know what I mean. When one comes out, they're letting another one in, and you've got to stand waiting for this traffic light thing to go green before you know it's your turn to go in. You know, and this is all to do with the social distancing and to cut down the amount of people that are going in and out through doors, and to assure shoppers that they can shop safely. He says, wow. Oh dear. I've seen Chris in his art one, so yeah. That's why it's safely tucked away in the drawer. But Wakey says, just up the road from me, the nutters are trying to outdo each other with Xmas decorations. I have no problem with the decor, but FFS, I know what that means. It's still November. But yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised at how many people have got the Christmas trees up, have got the lights up, etc. You know what I mean? We, as a rule, don't put ours up till 1st of December. Nah, God knows when we'll get it up this year, because I don't know about anybody else, but it just don't seem like Christmas. You know, if it were a normal Christmas, you get all excited, you love decorating Christmas tree and everything. I just ain't got the inclination, you know. And I says to Chris, should we bother putting a Christmas tree? You know what I mean? No. He says, I can't be arsed, full stop. But yeah, that's sort of the mood I'm in at the moment. And we're going to bother putting Christmas tree up. You know, I can't be doing. I mean, it's so time consuming, putting your Christmas tree up, getting all your decorations and everything out. For, you know, Boxing Day, we take it down. But my tree has been on the table underneath the TV panel for 2 years. I just turn its lights on for the holidays. Yeah, and I think everybody's in the same boat, Bella. She says, I've lost my Christmas mojo. I think everybody's the same. And I said this to Bella the other day. I says, I just don't feel like, you know, we always say when you see Coca-Cola advert, you know, it's Christmas. But even that, you know what I mean? Oh, you know, not this again sort of thing. And this is it makes you feel. You just don't, because we're in lockdown, because we can't socialise, it just don't feel like Christmas. And you can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't get into the Christmas spirit. I mean, it's different when you've got my cat loves that little fake tree. If I took it away, he would sit and mope around where it's sat. Oh, bless him. But the thing is, get the old glitter ball out and shine a laser. But the thing is, you know what I mean? It's but you know, I mean, it's different if you've got youngsters. But I mean, Callum's 18 now, so it, you know, when your kids has grown up, and you know, it loses its sparkle a little bit. You know what I mean? It's all right. Oh yeah, because it's Thanksgiving, isn't it, tomorrow?
What's that? Oh yeah, Thanksgiving Day. Two Christmases.
Yeah, Vanessa says, I'm not cooking dinner tomorrow. We're going upstairs to the brothers. But yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, we just have Christmas. I mean, here in the UK, we don't have Thanksgiving. But, you know, when you're being told that you can't go and visit, well, they're on about relaxing the Christmas, the rules over Christmas. I don't exactly understand what it is, but it says, like, you know, Gordo says, I've got my tree up in the loft where it's staying. Are you up early at morning then?
Online.
Oh, you're online, are you?
What time?
Normal. I'm not going.
What's that, 9?
Yes. And is it Johnny and Tracy's account? Or is it Tracy?
No, they each on their own accounts.
Yorkshire.
But yeah, I mean, we've got our tree in one of these zip-up bag things because we put it out in shed. You know what I mean? But it's you just don't feel in the mood. You know what I mean? Wakey says half a cow and chips for him tomorrow.
Hello, Tracy. How are you?
But you know, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, when it gets to, I mean, when's 1st of December? I mean, it's like midweek, isn't it? So I don't know, 5th of December, something like that. We might get his tree up. I don't know yet.
What? 5th of December? What?
Tree up, Christmas tree.
Christmas is cancelled.
I know.
Boris said so.
Okie dokie then, Bella. She says she keeps falling asleep. See you in Chris's tomorrow. He's tapping away on his phone, Bella. So yeah, Chris will be going live tomorrow.
I'm typing it in, thinking,
Oh. I'm trying to get in some mood. I get the candelabra to light up, pretend we have power outage. I'm within a short walk of hundreds of them, Pixie. Oh dear, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's horrible. I don't think anybody feels it mood. Is there any iron brew left, Callum?
Yes.
Just pass it now.
Plenty. Like
Mm.
quarter of a bottle left.
So yeah, I think it's sort of it's going to be a weird one this year. You know what I mean?
What?
I can't have. I've got to shield. It says gut at Peak Districts. There's tons of trees there, but you know, I don't know. It's I mean, like Chris's sister come with birthday cards for Callum and Chris, and while she were here, she bought some Christmas presents.
Standing outside.
You know, but you just keep looking at them and thinking, oh, you know what I mean?
We can't do it anyway.
Can't see her way beyond the spring numbers. I'm staying home and we're doing good runs next. But you see, the thing is, I've had the same notification here in the UK, Vanessa, that the numbers are up what they were originally when all this started, April, May time. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's nothing's.
Well, they're saying this lockdown caused numbers to go up.
Yeah. So, you know, figures are not representing that we've just been in a 4-week lockdown. Oh, okie dokie then. Just do it. I'll see you on the next one.
Just do it. Don't forget my live stream tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Pixie's live tomorrow evening at same time, 9 o'clock.
I bet you got it from Nike.
But yeah, I mean, basically the numbers are showing.
We'll have to shut this door, Bobby.
Yeah.
Either in like there's no tomorrow.
You know, it's like the numbers here in the UK are reflecting that the number count is worse than what it were, you know. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. But this is the thing. You know what I mean? Who's Rose and how do you know she has a bush?
I wonder if
Wouldn't you like to know, Wakey?
I wonder if she's got some rose
Yeah.
flower.
Well, you were going to be called Abby Rose, so yeah, you were nearly an Abby Rose.
I could have been a girl. I would have had a.
We chose Abby Rose for a girl if it were a girl.
I would have been Abby Rose.
Yeah. But it went to be.
Good job I don't have two names. Imagine having two names.
You have Callum James.
No, I mean like a name, two names connected.
Oh, you mean like a double barrel last name?
Double barrel.
Yeah. It's get trimmed more than twice a year. The bush, that is, nothing else. The bush gets trimmed twice a year.
Outside, say
Yeah.
properly.
Well, no, it don't, because now we've got a garden. Yeah, we're posh. We've got a gardener now.
Yeah.
Mind you, he hasn't been coming lately, obviously because of weather and everything. But we. Hey, I've just said it don't come now because it's you know. No, Wakey says I'm just glad my pa was talked out of naming me Rocky. That can still be arranged. Callum, where's the scissors?
What's he saying? Trying to make me a girl?
Yeah.
I could be
But yeah, I mean, every parent or when they're expecting, they always choose the boy and a girl's name. Nah, I've got 4 boys. Before, because we actually knew that we're having a boy when we're having Callum. So We do know you. Well, we know your surname.
Who are you talking about?
Wakey says, if you knew my surname, you would wet yourself. But anyway, Gordo says a TV can insult your intelligence, but nothing rubs it in like a computer.
Bad as Alexa.
Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows that when you're expecting, you always choose like, you know, a boy's name and a girl's name.
Good job I weren't a girl.
You do, but no one else does, lol.
No, 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 because I just didn't give a big clue.
Can you imagine me being a girl?
Can't be any worse than my friend's. Go on then, Gordo, tell us your friend's surname. Hey up, this is, I'm going to tell you a true story now. Chris is in like a lot of these photography Facebook groups, and you'll never guess who messaged him today. Go on, tell everybody what his name were. Some at Christmas, weren't it?
Oh yeah, David Christmas.
Yeah, his name was David
What's that
Christmas.
You should have said, what's it like?
Time.
You should have said to him, what's it like?
I was at school with the lass called Carmen Gentle. Oh, Gordon Bennett.
Carmen Gentleman.
But yeah, somebody messaged Chris, and his name was David Christmas. I don't know whether they were taking the P or what, but anyway.
Well, that was his name. I double checked his profile.
You should have said what's
It says his surname was Time, but his first name was Justin. Justin Time.
You should have
Gordon
said,
Bennett.
what's it like being with Santa Claus?
So yeah, Chris says, get this. He says, I've just had a bloke message me, and his name was David Christmas. I went, is he trying to?
He commented on one of my photographs.
Yeah, that's it. He commented on one of his photographs.
What's
He
it
says,
like?
I don't know whether he's winding me up or not. I'm always late. Not just in time.
Who was that Gordo?
Well, funny thing is, this is well, it's not going to make you laugh, but Chris's initials are CJP.
Mine's CJP.
But I'm getting to that, Callum. When I chose a name and I says I like Callum James, and Chris went, oh, he says he'll have names the same initials as me, CJP.
You should have picked some different names.
So, can anybody guess what Chris's middle name is? CJP.
Should have picked it so we don't have identical.
I'd already chose Callum James, and you'd had liked it, so we went with that, Callum. So,
the basic names like John, James.
So, right, I'm gonna do a poll here.
There you go,
Who's gonna guess at Chris's middle name? Now, I ain't got a middle name. Jeremiah. Jocelyn.
I've got it. I've got.
Oh, he's another friend actually changed his surname. His name was Philip Gay, shortened to Phil Gay. You can imagine the ribbon we gave him. Jockstrap. Jasmine. Yeah, his middle name's Jasmine.
Imagine having a women's middle name.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have a middle name. My name's just Jeanette Pickering.
Why not?
Yay, Johnny's got it. Yeah, it's Christopher John.
John.
My lady says Jack. Hey? Who?
Christopher John William Band.
Never even heard of that.
I don't know, but that's what it's called.
Who was that, your nan? So yes, Johnny's got it right. So you've got a namesake, Johnny. Well, not sort of, because Johnny's Jonathan. Dan was hoping it was Josephine. Oh dear, no. But yeah, I think when my mum named me, she thought Jeanette were a bit of a mouthful, so she didn't give me a middle name. My middle name's Peter. Somebody's got to be one of them.
Peter's
Yeah.
Peter's so original.
Yes, Johnny is a Jonathan, but Chris is a John.
And I'm a James.
Yeah, and Callum's a James.
James. I wonder why I called mine.
But yeah, I ain't got a middle name. I think my mum thought that Jeanette were a mouthful, so you know, I didn't get a middle name. But all my kids has all got middle names. Because I like them to have a middle name.
Imagine someone not having a name.
Hey?
Imagine someone not having a name.
Yeah, somebody not gonna have a name.
I don't know. You could.
But yeah, I mean, I like the thought of, you know, like Callum James. It mixed well, if you know what I mean. Oh, Tracy's got one. Oh, Gordo's got two middle names.
Posh get, is he?
Poshy.
Yeah, me and Wakey's got that much in common. He don't have a middle name either. So, you know, we common, aren't we, Wakey? We don't have a middle name.
Boring.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean, I'm a 60s child, and they weren't so popular then. You know, you were just plain old, if you know what I mean. My lady says hers is Mary. Virgin
Joseph.
Mary.
Mary and Joseph. Mm.
The thing is that, well, my name is all in one, but I just get Trace. Oh, the thing is, when Callum were born, Wakey, Chris's mum and dad are very religious. So, but you see, I'm a great believer in, if they want christening, then they can make that decision for themselves when they get older. You know, not having not having that decision made for them, because when you're christened, it's basically saying that you're going to devote their life to Christ.
Yeah, but I don't believe
right.
in God.
So, oh, Tracy Ann. Ooh.
Mum's name, that Ann.
Money can't buy you happiness. Well, check this out. I bought myself a Happy Meal. But what I'm saying, Wakey, is none of my other three were christened. So then I met Chris, and obviously we got pregnant with Callum, and we were sort of in two minds. And I said to him, I says, well, I ain't had none of my others christened. I think it's up to when they get older if they want to be christened or not, when they're old enough to make their own minds up. So anyway, but so as I say, Chris's mum and dad and the family are quite religious. So we didn't get pressured into it, but it was the done thing in Chris's family to be christened. But because Chris was born in Kenya, they never got Chris christened. So what we did was, when Callum were christened, they christened Chris at the same time. So we had two for price of one. They both got christened together. And I says, well, it's been, in my mind, it's been a bit of a hypocrite if you're having your son christened and you've not been christened yourself. You know, don't get me wrong. You either want your child christened or you don't. You know, either way. So, but I did say to Chris, I says, well, if we're having Callum christened, you've got to be christened as well, because I know I were christened when I were a baby, but that choice was took out my hands. You know, I were a baby, so I got christened. So I says, well, it's being hypocritical of you. That's not his fault. You know, it's the fact, circumstances, you know, circumstances dictated otherwise because they lived in Kenya. So they never bothered to get him christened, obviously, because he was like 7 years old when he come back to UK. And before you say anything, yeah, he is a British citizen, even though he was born in Kenya. But hey-ho, that's another story. So I basically said to Chris, says, well, it's in one respect. I see what God was poor. So what you're saying is the vicar gave Chris his annual bath. So yeah. So while Chris were having Callum christened, Chris got christened at the same time.
So it's like this. I'm a Christian.
So basically, you know, like how you buy gifts at a christening. So we had double bubble, you see, because Callum were being christened and Chris were being christened. So on wall unit somewhere, I've got one of these like long steel tube things, and both the christening certificate things are in that. You know what I mean?
So I'm a Christian, but I don't believe in God. Well,
this is it. This is why none of my others have been christened, Callum, because I don't think it's. I mean, it's like we're making a decision on your behalf, saying that you're going to follow Christ. You know what I mean? And this is exactly why none of my others have been christened, Callum, because I think it's up to them when they get older if they want to make that decision to be christened.
Yeah, but that if
if he'd have done it in the Thames, you could have had EastEnders, baboon. But yeah, so that's the story behind that. Callum and Chris were both christened at the same, well, not at the same time, but on the same day.
But I'm not a Christian.
One after the other.
Yeah. Well, it's first time I've heard Callum and Chris cry at both the same time.
All you're doing is putting yourself into some water.
I know, but as a baby, somebody splashing you and wiping your forehead with the finger, it's upsetting for a baby. And I would try to make a joke when saying it's first time I've heard you and your dad cry at the same time.
You were a grown man, you should have.
I'm being funny, Callum. Oh, Gordon Bennett.
Dear me, boy.
Oh, Jesus wept. It would have done. But yeah, you know, and we had a bit of a knees up afterwards. So, you know, win-win chicken dinner, you know what I mean?
Go on and tell the story.
No, I'm just saying we had a knees up. We went back to and we had some sandwiches and whatever. That's all. That's what you do when you go to a christening. Tracy's saying, lol, Callum. I think everybody else knew I was joking. No, yeah, it says I had hairspray on it, got in my eyes, it stung. It actually had hair when we first. I was gonna say it actually got hair when we first met.
There's hair on that picture there, behind you.
Yeah.
That wedding photograph over there is. He has actually got a bit of a fringe. He hasn't. He's just got a slap head.
They looked a bit weird back then.
Oh dear. That's when he did have hair. Brianti's just got a slap head now.
No, he's just got grey
and
hairs
and a bald patch on top.
He's just got grey hairs now. All his black hair's gone.
I wonder why.
He's on about you. He says, I wonder why.
Oh yeah, like I've grown black hairs.
He says, who did he borrow it from? Hey, Wacky, you've got to remember that we've been married 18 years in June. So, you know, a lot can happen in 18 years, and him losing his hair is one of them. Oh, dear.
He's gone from black to grey.
Yeah. I think we all have, Callum. You'll know about it when you get older. You know, when grey hairs start coming. But yeah,
grey hairs now, never mind it.
You know, at least we've got proof that when we married 18 years ago, he did have some hair then.
Don't have some hair now.
Oh dear. As soon as Callum could talk, my hair fell out. Gordo says, blame the vicar for his hair loss. He christened him with wash and go.
What was my first word?
Oh, I don't know. You're talking about 18 years ago. I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago, Callum, let alone 18 years ago.
Was it mummy?
Hey, I'll tell you something, Wakey. It had been a hard tap last night. Oh, God.
What?
Oh. I came down twice last night because somebody was snoring like a warthog. And normally, he'd be facing away from me. We'd like have his backs together. It's not so bad. But last night, he was facing my back and he was snoring right in my ear roll. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's the biggest wonder he woke up this morning. I don't know about a love tap.
Love tap?
It means like a tap with, you know what I mean?
What, tap that's full of love?
He says must be all those love taps with the frying pan wore his hair away. Felt like smothering him with a pillow, let alone getting him a tap with frying pan.
Crash bang.
But, oh dear. It's not so bad when he's facing away from you, but when he's sort of right in your ear.
I've slept next to him before. I've not had any problems.
Yeah.
I say, Mum, I've slept next to him before. I've not had any problems.
Who?
Dad, on holiday.
Well, you're both as bad because you both dead to will once you fall asleep.
I only roll about.
He says I've slept next to me dad and I've never heard him snore. Yeah, I'll tell you something, Callum. No, I'll tell you something. We'll swap places tonight then. You can sleep in bed with your dad and I'll sleep in your bed.
No.
So that didn't work either. But, I mean, Chris, this is the thing. I mean, there's been like, when we've stayed at,
Premier Inn.
Yeah, it were Premier Inn. And they've got these big king-size beds. So we always book a family room and it's got like a single bed in it. So at the time, the bed were too high for me to get into bed. So Chris says, well, I tell you what, he says, Callum can sleep with me and I'll let you sleep in single bed. Right, fair enough. So anyway, we gets up next morning. So we gets up next morning, Chris says, I'm not doing that again in a hurry. I says, what do you mean? He says, sleeping with Callum, he says, his legs and arms is all over the place.
That's what you get with.
Hiya, Kate. How are you? So he says, yeah. He says, I'm not sleeping with Callum no more. He says he's like an octopus. He says, arms and legs. He says, there's no wonder his quilt and everything's on the floor when he gets up in the morning.
Well, that's what you get because my mum has bad nights.
But the thing is, when we went to Isle of Wight, we stopped in at Ibis Budget, and it's like a double bed with like a bunk bed over at top. Now, Callum couldn't get up the bunk bed steps, so Chris says, well, I tell you what, I'll go up on bunk bed, and you and Callum can sleep together. It were fine. So it must be just when he's in bed with Chris.
No, it's probably I'm either dreaming or having a nightmare.
But what I'm saying is when we went in the Ibis and you slept one side and I slept other, I didn't have any problems. And your dad says you're like an octopus. So it must be just when you're sleeping with your dad.
Well, I could have. You don't know. Well, you don't sleep next to me every day. So.
But anyway, so. Hey.
So you don't sleep with me every day. So it's like not for that.
So what are you gonna say?
But another thing that Callum used to do as well, he used to grind his teeth, and Chris does as well. So sometimes.
What are you gonna say when I last sleep next to me? Mercy on her or
It's
something.
put our Callum sometimes sleeps with the windows open. His duvet ends up on the shed roof. But yeah, you see, Callum's got a double bed. He's got our old double bed. We bought
I think I need a new
a
one.
king size like 3 years ago. So, because there were no wrong with our bed, we let Callum have our double bed, but he still finds room to, you know, fling his arms and his legs and everything
I need
about.
You don't need a new one. You just need some new pillows.
So yeah. Wakey says, sew a loop of elastic on one corner and put it round one ankle. If it goes out the window, away he goes with it. But yeah, he's either he manages to get his quilt cover off, or the quilt ends up on
I
floor.
don't do that now.
Callum, just pass them back. Can you come back again?
Then what? Batteries?
Yeah, I want them as well. You mean them AA ones?
No, what about them?
Oh, I thought you meant.
Where?
But anyway, so yeah, between them, you know, Callum takes after his dad 100%. You know what I mean? Chris used to
I'll take off charge.
well, he don't do it so much now, but Callum used to grind his teeth and Chris does exactly the same. He hums in his sleep. I know.
I'll take it off to you
I
then.
keep saying, well, you hum it and I'll play it. But but yeah, Chris, well, your dad still does it. Your dad still hums in his sleep.
You should make a song out of me humming. Or a beat.
But yeah, at one point Callum used to grind his teeth and he used to hum.
I probably still do.
You probably still do, but hey ho.
And I sleepwalk.
Well,
And I banged my elbow that time.
oh dear.
Go on, tell the story.
Yeah, what with your bed being shoved up to the wall?
No, about me sleepwalking and at Mama.
Both at the same time. Quick inform Simon Waistband Cowell.
about me sleepwalking that time.
Oh. Well, you've slept walk a couple of times, Callum.
And I don't remember them.
Going out to the toilet and peeing in the wrong place. And best about it, though, we were only young. But hey ho, that's another story for another day.
And did you say I went to the fridge or something in my sleep?
I don't know.
Or you saw me walking to the stairs and
Yeah, there were one night you got up, and because I'm such a light sleeper, I heard him get up. I heard him open his door. I heard him going downstairs, and I shouted, "Where are you going?" Didn't answer me. Next minute, I heard him come back up, go in his bedroom, shut door behind him. When I asked him next morning, he says, "I didn't get out of bed last night."
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he can't remember getting up out of bed. He can't remember going downstairs. Me shouting to him, "Where you going?" and nothing. So he must have been sleepwalking.
Yeah, sleepwalking.
But you see, the problem with Callum is if he's in different surroundings and he don't know where everything is, I think what he does, he gets up and, you know, like you're half asleep.
Yeah,
I don't think he's actually sleepwalking. I think it's because he wakes up, he's not sure of his surroundings. I mean, like, because we're in his own house, he gets up, he don't even only light he puts on is the bathroom light. But I think it's like when we're on holiday and things like that, the different surroundings. So I think he wakes up, he's not sure of his surrounding, and he gets a bit confused.
No, I didn't remember walking downstairs.
But you see, the thing is, I mean, I've never slept walk. I've never, you know, out like that. You know what I mean?
It's probably because I'm having a dream and something's happening. It could be when I was in a dream.
Wakey says he was 25 last time he did a bit of sleepwalking. But it's weird. You know what I mean? And you've got to see somebody sleepwalking to believe it, let's just say.
You should record yourself sleeping.
But the thing is, I genuinely thought you were awake. I didn't realise at the time you were sleepwalking.
I wasn't.
You know what I mean? I just thought you got out of bed. You were going downstairs thinking it were morning, etc., etc. You sort of don't realise at the time, hey, you actually might be sleepwalking.
Do you remember what time it was?
Hey?
Do you remember what time it was?
I can't remember what I did this morning, Callum, let alone then. He says, I blame it on Mum and Black. Used to always get one with a pint at last orders. Changed to Mackinson and haven't done it since.
What, sleepwalking?
Yeah. See it morning.
How could he sleepwalk ordering something?
Tracy says, I did as a kid and my mum had to take me back to bed. But you see, the thing is, obviously, Callum must have been aware of me shouting to him, where you going, Callum? He didn't answer me, but he turned around and come back upstairs and got back in bed. So it couldn't have been like fully asleep, because he must have heard me say, where you going, Callum? Because he turned around and come back upstairs and got back in bed.
Well, if I would have known that you said where you were going, I would have said something.
But when I spoke to him about it the next morning, he said he hadn't. He can't remember getting out of bed. He can't remember going back to bed or anything. Oh dear, Tracy says it was scary. I once opened the door and walked down the garden path. There you go. At least Callum's sort of done it indoors. He's not actually opened door or unlocked door or anything.
I could have been getting something to eat or...
I don't know. You seen what Gordo's put?
What?
Talking to your dad.
What?
What, you seen what Gordo's put?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At least we're in Prem! Stop this team in league! Come on!
No, if you flip it round, we're top at league.
Trust Richard to come up with one. It says, I sleepwalked as a kid. I used to go downstairs and blow the curtains and say they were on fire.
Sleepwalking.
Oh dear. But you know, I, as a person that's never slept walk, I mean, because I've got to be asleep first before I sleepwalk, can I? But you know, as a person that don't sleepwalk, it's hard to understand somebody that does sleepwalk, if you know what I mean. We're sort of,
you don't remember it.
Yeah, well, bugger off then.
and that time where you said I banged my elbow.
Yeah.
When sleepwalking.
Your dad put, did you slip down the stairs on your bum, Richard? No, that were a different occasion. But you know what I mean? It's this is what I'm saying about the mind being very complex. Do you know what I mean? For somebody to sleepwalk, it's like a subconscious thing, if you know what I mean. It's got to be something in the conscience or the conscious part of your brain. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but for somebody that's never sleptwalked like myself, but you get what I'm saying, though, don't you? You know what I mean? It's. I think, I mean, a psychologist should probably explain it better. But that's it. Yeah, Tracy says I only do it on holiday now. Nowadays, it's like the mind don't know where you are. Yeah, and that's Callum's. He's only done it like a couple of times since we, you know, since at home, actually at home. But the biggest majority of the times when he's sleptwalk, it's when he's.
Well, when he runs in his sleep, and he also whistles.
Chris doesn't know. Chris does.
I'm going to go for a pipe with Ronnie. He sounds like a Sounds like my type of dog.
Yeah. Because I says to Chris the other day, I says, I don't know what you were doing last night. I says, I think you were running marathon, because he's like legs is twitching and his whole body's like going, you know what I mean?
I hope he didn't give you a kiss.
Did he? He did me.
Ooh.
But yeah, you know, I mean, Callum only more or less only does it when he's in unfamiliar surroundings, you know what I mean? Okay then, Kate, thanks for popping in.
See you, Kate.
See you later, Kate. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's it must be yeah. I can remember that, Tracy. Were it last year or year before? It's okay, Kate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's got to be something in like the subconscious. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. Probably a psychologist. I'd be able to explain why people sleepwalk or why some people don't, you know what I mean? But okie dokie then, Kate, see you later. 2 years ago, and I know it were sort of recent-ish, but yeah, you know what I mean? That's the thing, you know, you're waking up in unfamiliar surroundings, you know, and it's, I don't know, is it a thing where you know, your mind takes a while to comprehend exactly where you are, you know what I mean? So you know, it's I don't know. I mean, I can't really. She says I like going on holiday, but don't like to go to sleep. But the thing is, I think as well, Tracy, the more you fight it, the more often it's likely to occur. Okie dokie then, Richard. See you later on.
Hello, Rich.
It's all right. I'm just Googling something. Yeah, I've just Googled it. I'll have another coffee when you're ready. You've earned 60 quid from this live stream, Johnny. Right. It says sleepwalking. Sleepwalking is when someone walks or carries out complex activities while not fully awake. Pixie wants you to Google him. Oh, no, not that important. It usually occurs during a period of deep sleep. This peaks during the early part of the night, so sleepwalking tends to occur in the first few hours after falling asleep. Sleepwalking can start at any age, but is more common in children. It's thought 1 in 5 children will sleepwalk at least once. Most grow out of it by the time they reach puberty, but it can sometimes persist into adulthood. The exact cause of sleepwalking is unknown. There you go. Even a psychologist couldn't tell you why you sleepwalk. But it seems to run in families. You're more likely to sleepwalk if other members of your close family have or had sleepwalking behaviours or night terrors. The following things can trigger sleepwalking or make it worse: stress and anxiety, infection with a fever, especially in children, drinking too much alcohol, taking recreational drugs, certain types of medications such as sedatives, being startled by a sudden noise or touch causing abrupt waking from a deep sleep, or waking up suddenly from a deep sleep because you need to go to the toilet. Yeah, other sleep disorders that can cause you to frequently wake up suddenly during the night. Obstructive sleep apnea, that's what I've got. And restless leg syndrome, Bella's got that. Can also trigger a sleepwalking episode. It says some episodes of sleepwalking may involve just sitting up in bed and looking around, briefly appearing confused, while in others, they may get out of bed and walk about, open cupboards, get dressed or eat, and may appear agitated. It says in extreme cases, the person may walk out of the house and carry out complex activities such as driving a car. Blooming heck. I'd like to see somebody driving a car when they sleep. Well, how can they be sleepwalking if they're driving a car? Not actually walking, are they? You're driving.
Sleep driving.
Yeah. The eyes are usually wide open while someone is sleepwalking, although the person will look straight through people. Johnny says she's a loon in a sleep state. It says the eyes are usually open while someone is sleepwalking, although the person will look straight through people and not recognize them. They can often move well around familiar objects. If you talk to a person who is sleepwalking, they may partially respond or say things they do that don't make sense. They won't normally have any memory of it in the morning or may have patchy memory. If woken while sleepwalking, the person may feel confused and not remember what happened. There you go. Gordo put, just seen Daniela Westbrook getting a COVID test. They were swabbing her nose with a French stick. But this is the thing, Johnny. You know what I mean? It is a bit nerve-wracking when you witness somebody sleepwalking. It says she leaves my heart racing and falls back asleep in seconds. But the thing is, it's stressful when you're witnessing somebody sleepwalking. You know what I mean? Apart from actually sleepwalking and not knowing what you're doing. But I always got told that if you know somebody's sleepwalking, then you're not to wake them up. You know what I mean? Just, you know, and it was like Callum. I just said to him, "Where you going, Callum?" He never responded to me, so he must have heard me because he just turned around, come back upstairs and got back in bed. But you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? I was always told never to wake somebody up that sleepwalks. Wakey says, just check for the ice picks under her pillow, Johnny. But I mean, that I've just read out to you, even the experts don't know why people sleepwalk. This is what I'm saying. You know, the brain is very complex as regards people understanding why people sleepwalk. So, I don't know. It's the unexplained, you know what I mean? None of us know. Oh, okie dokie. We got onto the subject sleepwalking now, Laurie.
Is she back, is she?
Yeah, she says still here getting supper. Tracy says that's why my mum would just turn me around and walk me back to bed. It says she's always falling asleep downstairs, not a problem. But you know what, Johnny? I'm saying if I've not had a very good night, Chris will tell you, I don't say anything. Well, I do. I just say to her, right, I'm going back to bed for a couple of hours. You know, no ifs and buts about it. And I said this very same thing the other day to Bella. When you're tired and your body's tired, you have to go with the flow. There's no good fighting it. I know, you know, there's no good fighting it. You've got to go with the flow and do what your body's telling you to do. And if your body's telling you to go to sleep, then you go to sleep. Simple as that. Because I know for a fact that, I mean, I've done this quite a few times. I've made myself stay awake purely for the fact that I think to myself, oh well, if I'm dead tired when I go to bed, I'll sleep better. But it you know, it don't work out that way. I could go to bed at 2 o'clock and I have about 2 hours and that's it. I have to get up to go to the toilet and I'm wide awake and that's it. But the thing is, Chris and Callum are like that. They could sleep through anything, Tracy. You know what I mean? But I'm a very light sleeper. And the fact of the matter is, I always, you know, that's the last thing I do before I go to bed. I always go to the toilet. But without fail, don't matter what time I go to bed, after 2 hours, I have to get out to go to the toilet and then I'm wide awake. You know what I mean? And that's more often than not why a lot of time why I come downstairs, because I don't want to be tossing and turning in bed trying to get to sleep and everything, and then I'm disturbing Chris. So I'd sooner come downstairs, do what I've got to do. I mean, it's like obviously the baking streams, you know, I've got about 6 in front, you know what I mean? I sort of get constructive with my time, and either do my thumbnails or whatever, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, and as well, I was printing some recipes out as well. So I don't sort of just come down here and sit on my laptop or whatever. I'd use my time constructively. I said to Chris as well, yeah, it's nearly 11 o'clock here, Laurie. That's sort of the time that it is. That's why I say I can't always make your live streams on a Saturday or Sunday, because it's sort of late, isn't it, when, you know. But I like to pop in and say hello. I can't say that I'll probably ever get on. I nod off, I wake up, I switch on Netflix. But you see, this is the thing, Wakey. Even though I know if I put telly on, because see, we've got Sky Q and I record a lot of things. And one way of catching up with what I've recorded, hiya, Dr. Smith, how are you?
Hey, doctors in the house.
You know, if I were to come downstairs and put telly on, I'd be scared in case I woke Callum or Chris up. That's the thing, and that's why I don't put telly on. You know what I mean? I could do like binge watching programs that I've recorded. So, you know, basically, I just use my time constructively and, you know, do some printing out or do my thumbnails, etc., etc., etc. And Chris will tell you I roll in fags as well, because obviously Chris smokes roll-ups. So, you know, when I've done what I've got to do, I think, all right, I know, I'll roll him some fags. So, you know, I do whatever I've got to do. But, you know, that's the thing. You have to use your time constructively. I mean, it has been known for me to sort of start baking. Oh, but yeah, I've only baked the once. The last time I made a cheesecake, but there weren't no bacon involved in that. So anyway, but I've only done that, like, you know, once. Made a cheesecake once. So, and that were about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. But hey ho, you know, when you've got peace and quiet and you've not got people mithering you and everything, you know what I mean? You sort of in your zone, if you know what I mean. A new 2-minute test introduced. Put one finger in your mouth and one up your arse. Count to 10, then swap fingers in. If you can smell and taste the difference, self-isolate. I can't. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, Gordon Bennett. God, I've got that image in my head now. Oh dear. He does come out with some things, that Gordo.
That made me laugh.
I know. Oh dear. Hey, I'll tell you something else, Tracy. You know that, getting on back onto the subject of baking, I can send you a recipe, and it's, you know that the She Who Bakes, that the recipe that we did yesterday, and that is for, I'll tell you in a minute when I get to it on my phone. Caramel slice. So, oh no, this is a different one. This is another good site. It's Baking with Granny. Do you want me to send you a recipe? It took me 5 attempts to post that. Google didn't like it. So if you want recipe, and it's called caramel slice, and it's basically shortbread, caramel, and white chocolate on top, even though you said you ain't got any white chocolate. But if you've got milk chocolate, that's just as... Now, this is a good site, and it's actually from Scotland, I think, the people that have got this site. So yeah, I did download it. It should say, yes, send it me, please. Yes, yes, yes. I've got to wait for it to load up first, Tracy. I've got it up, but I've got Circle of Death.
That sounded anonymous.
It's called Caramel Slice, and it's on similar footing to Millionaires. Millionaire shortbread. Does a small loaf count as shortbread? No. Hey, I'll tell you something else as well on this. You'll have to have a look at it, and it's called Baking with Granny, Tracy. They like do proper Scottish shortbread and all sorts. It's a good site. If you get time, have a look at it, and it's called bakingwithgranny.co.uk. You know how to check if your post has gone through, don't you? Who would it? It's because I've from the website, it says share, so I just click on share, and then it'll come up with a list of names that I want to share it to. But I'm just going to Circle of Death at the moment. It's basically a SHIT signal here, because we're down in a dip, so you've got to wait for hamsters going a bit faster. What if it's made by a midget? Oh dear. But anyway, I will send it you, Tracy. It's just loading at the moment. In fact, I might be able to. I'm just sorry if I missed your comments or anything. I'm just going to try it on laptop while I'm. I'll just send you a link to the site, Tracy, and then you just. I don't know whether you can search or. I think you can search or whatever. And yeah, it's called Caramel Slice. I'll just put link in for you, Tracy, and then you can have a look for yourself. So that's the website. Just search for it because this is not going anywhere fast. So I've put link in Tracy, and that's the actual website. You might find other recipes on there that you want to try. I don't know, but it is a good site, and you can rest assured that it's all, no cups or anything. It's either in grams or ounces or whatever. You know what I mean? So if it does happen to, oh, that's not Pixie's thermometer. You know where it's been, but yeah. If this sort of loads up before I shut down, Tracy, I'll send it you anyway. But that's the website. There might be. I use that quite often, and She Who Bakes, so they two good websites. So, but that Baking with Granny is actually in England. Well, she's Scottish actually, and it's not a granny that does baking, it's a daughter or a granddaughter or whatever. But anyway, it is a good site, so there might be something else that there might be something else on there that takes your fancy. I don't know, but it is a good site. Right, we're 7 minutes past 11. So I'm going to shut it down. You see, it's sticking on this camera as well now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
I think it's crap internet, basically. Anyway, so take a look at that, Tracy. If this loads up after I've shut it down, I'll send it you anyway. But take a look at that website. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, but the only problem is, Tracy, with Easter being gone and it being Christmas, do they still do the mini eggs or not? I don't know. So, right, I'm going, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow on Pixie's channel. Don't forget 9 o'clock. Yeah, don't forget Chris's live stream tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock, same time. And I shall see you all again on Friday. Bye for now.